Bear with us. We're having some technical difficulties. Jeanne is.
Can you hear me now?
There she is.
Hey,
yes.
Welcome to Angels Don't Lie. This is Jeanne. Yay! Woohoo! It's always such a fun game when we are traveling to make sure that we have good internet. And you just never know. So I am coming to you live from Turks and Caicos, and Casey and KJ are in Connecticut. So a little bit of difference, and our internet is not as great here, but I'm glad you can hear me. So welcome everybody to Angels Don't Lie. What's that?
I said we're glad you made it.
Well, I've been here. I was talking the whole time, but you didn't hear me. I did a whole opening. I did the whole show. You guys missed it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Right. Oh my gosh, how are you guys tonight?
We are awesome out here.
You have KJ sitting in the studio with tonight, or she moved on?
Yep. She's sitting here. She's not AC.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, good.
I know. I think it's nice to stop in and say hello to everybody. I know they like to hear from you too.
Oh, thanks. How's the weather, Jeannie Street?
Oh, it's been beautiful. We did have some rain, on and off showers, but it's really great. So I've been busy. Brian's really resting up because his busy time, which is turkey time, which he just actually put all his turkey orders in before we left. And now, so he's resting up and gearing up for the busy season of the holiday rush. And I am working on my manuscript, which is turkey time, which he just actually put all his turkey orders in before we left. And now, so he's resting up and gearing up for the busy season of the holiday rush. And I am working on my manuscript, which basically I got back from the editor with the first round of edits. And so this is the big one where she takes it apart and tells you what they'd like you to change, what they'd like you to shift. So I'm actually changing some of the way the chapters are rolling, and so it's a pretty big deal. So it's a good time to have this peace and quiet without having, interruptions in daily life to actually write and get that done. So I'm grateful for that.
Excellent.
Yay. Yes, so tonight we're talking all about self-love. We're going to talk about self-love and why it's so important, which is kind of a big topic for people. And it can be a loaded one too, because people think, of course I love myself, but then they do these, self-sabotaging behaviors or things that really keep them playing small. So we're going to talk about what that looks like. And of course, I have my wellness tip. And we're going to take your calls because we love to take your calls. I love to take your calls. So the number here is 646-891-5252. And if you have a question or you'd like to connect to your loved one on the other side, or you're just looking for a little angel guidance, I'll be happy to be your angel whisperer and deliver those messages for you. Yes, so what else, Casey? Tell me.
Well, we're back
here
in
the studio. Lots of changes.
Yes, we got a little heat wave going on back here in Connecticut, so doing that. And I know we have some exciting things coming up at the In Spirit.
We actually do, and Lena and I have really been beefing up our game with different types of events. And Lena, if you don't remember, we've actually had conversations on air. She works at the studio with me, and she is a spiritual counselor. So she sees people, for counseling, whether it's healing sessions or, to help them navigate through difficult times. So we both have some great workshops coming up, and September is a great month for that. I have my new series, which is manifesting and working with visualization, working with spirit on bringing those things that are meant for you into your life. That's coming up September 13th. I'm going to do a sound healing meditation on the 15th. And then we go into October, and I've got some more events coming up for that. It's just fun and busy, and we're actually, Casey and KJ and I are working with our calendars trying to figure out the next live for Angels Don't Lie at the studio, which I think is probably going to be in October.
That was very popular.
But we don't have that date yet. Yes, and we would definitely want to do that again because it was a lot of fun. Woo-woo. Yep. And if you haven't checked out, I have a new video series on YouTube as well, or you can find it on Goddess University as well. And that is all about what the departed want you to know to live your best life ever. So if you head on over to goddessuniversity.com, look right under the tab. It's right on the front page. You click what the departed says what's new, and it will bring you right there. There's a workbook. There's 4 video series, and it's great information. Great tools to help you move forward in your life.
If you're sitting down, I read the entire workbook. Now I'm going to go through and do the exercises and watch the videos.
Oh, you wait. Oh, that's an interesting way. So you did that. You did the workbook first, and then
Yep.
you're going to do the videos.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's a really jam-packed workbook, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. What's like 18 pages?
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I love it. Got to keep you guys busy. You want to keep everybody like flowing, and
Doing the U work.
I like the workbooks. I like doing the workbooks. I've always
me
found
too.
that really helpful. That's why I decided to do video series with workbooks, because it was something that I found completely useful for whatever thing I was doing at the time. Whatever whether I was growing my business, learning a new method. This was a great way for me to be able to do that work. Any kind of self-improvement is great, whether we're reading books or breaking it down into a workbook. It's not as thick as a book, and it just gives you equally as much information. Right? Right.
Absolutely.
So that's what I have for you tonight. So I said the number. Or did I do that in my talk when I wasn't on
gave
air?
it out. You gave it out.
Or was that on the talk that I wasn't on air? I don't know what's happening. Yes. So we're going to talk about that self-love tonight, which, if you remember, I always talk about the universal truth, what the angels have told me. One being that the soul is infinite, meaning you're here and you're with God. That means that you can aspire, connect to, work up, or evolve to your highest soul self, your goddess self. And the second universal truth, meaning that we all want to be loved equally across the board. You, me, Oprah, whoever you're looking at, everybody wants the same thing. We all just want to be loved. We want to be validated for our feelings. The problem is sometimes we get lost with wanting our pains to be validated, that we end up kind of rolling on a victim role. And it can look not quite victimish at first, where we might be like talking about it and just looking for somebody to hear us out, but then we tell somebody else and we need their opinions to hear us out, and then we tell somebody else. And so then what happens is that story begins to grow, and we begin to play the part of, I need reassurance that you're on my side. I need people to hear me and to say, this is right, my feelings are validated, my emotions are validated. So that's a little bit of a struggle. It's a little bit of a hard thing to let go of. But when we start to commit to being the highest version of ourselves, this is when we can start to slow down and realize, okay, I'm kind of playing small. That needing people on my side, I don't need them. I don't need to do that. I don't need to storytell. What I need to do is be still. So in being still is when we can get to that self-love. And when being calm and quiet with ourselves, we can start to see what is sparking us, what is causing that maybe conversation or that pain within us, and so we can start to release it. That's what real self-love is. That's when we start to really can get into that you work, is when we can be very honest with ourselves. This is when we are expansive. It's the yumminess, really, because we can say, all right, self, you're a little out of control. You don't need to tell your story. You need to work through it and heal it. So when we reflect on those feelings, we can take a time to journal, we can take time to pray, we can take time to release it. We can actually start to become aware of our body and where we're holding that energy. So doing some stretches or a little deep breathing, even just lying down on our back and letting us feel where that energy is coming from so we can transform it. We can start to find whether it's compassion or forgiveness or letting it go. If it's not serving us, if it's causing us to, stay in that energy of self-loathing or victim role, then we need to be able to say, all right, this is time. It's no longer serving me. This is not helping me accomplish my goals. And we all have goals. We all have dreams and desires and things we'd like to do, but then we get stuck in that mundane and we start thinking, well, life is just this, or life is really hard. Yeah, life is hard, and we have problems with money, we have problems with relationships, we have real struggles, we have health concerns, but we can still live our best life with those things. We can bring abundance to our life, whether it's abundance of health, whether it's abundance of wealth, abundance of relationship. We can bring those things forward to ourselves when we pay attention to how we're talking to ourselves, with how we're treating ourselves. Because if we're talking in the negative, in the tone of I'm not, I can't, I won't, if we have fear around money, if we have fear around being who we need to be for whatever reason, then we aren't going to go anywhere. Then we are going to stay same, and we're going to stay in Sameville until we can get busy with that. And one of my favorite things to do is when I play it small, because I'm human and we all do this, is I will go ahead and I'll write it down. I'll write down my pity party, and I'll be like, all right, let's get this all out. I'll do it on a really pretty piece of paper. You could do it on parchment paper, like really pretty pink paper if you'd like to. Girls and guys, you could do it on a masculine, manly, map if you want. Who knows? But what you're gonna do is you're gonna write it out, and you're gonna be real. And then you're gonna have like a little ceremony. You're gonna go outside, and if you have like a little fire pit, or if you bring a candle outside, do it like when the moon is out or the stars are shining in the sky, and then offer it up and say, I'm ready to transform these feelings. I'm ready to transform and shift. I'm ready to self-love and come from a higher viewpoint. And then you burn that piece of paper and you let it go. And of course, have a glass of water by the side. We want to have safety measures here. But there is something about letting it go and burning it and having it, just dissipate before your eyes and feel free of that energy that is no longer in your body. It's incredible, actually. Have you ever done a ceremony, Casey?
No, I haven't done anything like that.
I think you would really enjoy that. I think that would be something that you and KJ could do together. Really, and it's really beautiful to do. So whether it's something you're aspiring to work towards and you want to send that prayer up to the heavens, so you're manifesting it, or something you're ready to release, equally, it's a really great way to do that.
I'm thinking I remember a chapter in your book about that very thing, about letting it go.
Yep, it is. It's all in that letting it go chapter. So that when we talk about that self-love and the importance of it, and what the angels show me and what our departed loved ones have shown me is that self-love is really the cure-all. It's a cure-all for anything that ails us. And so when we deny ourselves of taking care of our basic needs, of what our body needs to maintain a healthy presence, what serves us and what doesn't, that's a big thing. Self-love is a big thing. It's not a little thing. So they all go hand in hand, but when we pay attention to that self-love, that's what the departed say. That's the Holy Grail. They want us to self-love. And we've heard it on the show, right? Through readings, when a loved one who has come through and maybe caused another one pain in life, and they've taken the responsibility and said, I'm sorry. They say, I didn't know what I was doing, but I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to love you. I want you to forgive so you can move forward. I mean, that's the medicine right there. Dang, it really can't get any better than that. Man, that's the show for you guys tonight.
That was power packed.
Right? I mean, that is it. As complicated as we want it to be, as we want to search for media, we want to go to life coaches, we want to take a class, we want to get better, but really it's the basic things that we need to get back to that will open up our life, that will shift everything. So I love this other exercise, which I'm going to offer you guys too, which is making a list of your dreams and your desires. And pick one to take action on. And you can take action on anything that you want in your life. It's the non-action that keeps you in sane-ville. So when you self-love, you're an action taker. You're realizing, like, there's so much for me because I'm brilliant. I'm perfectly me. I'm meant to be here. You're confident with the love of the divine. You're not confident through egotistical ways. You're confident because your light's meant to be here. And whatever those dreams and desires that you have, you can reach them, but you got to take action. So what would be one action that you guys could take today? And I would love to hear from you. Pop it in the Angels Don't Lie group. Tell me your action step. Tell me what you're going to do to reach your dream or your desire, something you've been hoping for. I want to hear it. I want to know. I'm in the know. Casey, what would be the one thing you feel like you could do to reach something that you've been working for or dreaming about or hoping for?
I was from the workbook writing these Post-it notes to just continue to talk nice to yourself and talk what you want, right? So just talk it into the mirror and have it, a Post-it note on your visor or on your, somewhere you're going to keep looking at these things and just continue to talk positive to yourself towards that. Let's just say I want, X amount of money in my bank account or whatever you want to do, or you want to, feel better about yourself by being a lesser weight or something to that nature, But I think I definitely would like, one of my things now is trying to be healthier and get into a more, I guess, a healthier weight.
All right, so there you go. Let's talk about the healthier weight. So then you have a choice today, and the day's not over. It's, 7:20. You're perfect. You got time. What could be your action step in this moment?
My action step right now would be to maybe have a little bit of my protein shake rather than a bunch of ham and mashed potatoes.
Well, there you have it. So you just did it. So we can take action at any time we want. But we get lazy, right?
Yes.
And we say to ourselves, well, here we'll add to this, right? So that Schmegel guy, he wants us to stay and play small. So we'll be like, you're deserving of this. You should have the ham and mashed potatoes. You worked hard, and your wife made it, and you should have it. But then, love is saying, but you're okay. You're safe. You can make this decision. Love's saying, you're fine to have this protein shake if that's what you think is going to serve you.
Right.
If you can have it with love and feel like I'm blessed, I got this shake, I feel great, and if you're going to go on that, feeling for the rest of the night, then that's the thing you should do. Yeah, because we guilt ourselves into and out of things that are the best things for us all the time.
Yeah, we definitely can find an excuse or a reason pretty quick.
We're mind fudging ourselves. And I said fudging. You're welcome. But that's what we do. You're welcome. That's what we do, right? We fudge ourselves. We trick ourselves into thinking that's okay. And then we play it small. So we want to know why someone may seem like they have it going on, why that woman seems like she's got the business that you've always wanted, or why that guy got the promotion and you didn't get it, or why they bought their house, or why they're on vacation, or why you don't seem to be able to get out from underneath your bills, and why bad always is happening. Well, no. It's not that way. That's the illusion. Fear wants you to stay there. He wants you to stay small. He doesn't want you to take care of yourself. He doesn't want you to love yourself. Because if you love yourself, then you're going to know the truth. And let me tell you what, once you're above that, once you know the truth, you can't play small again. It doesn't work. It does not work. It's so uncomfortable. You're like, ooh, wait. You don't want to go back because you feel good on this side of it. You feel good on the love side. And you know, whenever you make a good decision, it feels good, right? It's kind of like a party.
Right.
And you're like, hey, this is really working out for me. Look at this. Yeah. What if you had, your shake for the rest of the week? I mean, you could lose 5 pounds right there, and you'd be so happy with yourself.
I'd be doing a dance.
Or what if you just did the ham and some vegetables and left out the mashed potatoes, so that way you don't have the carbs? And even that choice is a really good choice. Like, there's so many options here, but there's so many action steps that we don't take, and we end up staying the same. So make it a list. Make your dreams and desires, write it down, and one action step you can take right now. I want to hear from you guys. I want you to post it in Angels Don't Lie. I want to know what your action step is. Because the more support you have, the more likely you are to do it. The more accountability you have, the more likely you are to stay on track. And we want to be accountable to each other. I loved having accountability partners that help me stay motivated and on track. We all need that. I think it's perfect. It's priceless. Then the other thing, tip number 5. So we got tip number 1 is, take time to reflect on your feelings. Tip number 2 is to go outside and be aware of your surroundings. And this is a big one. Like, see how many different types of leaves or how many different colors of flowers you can find. Like, spending time outside in nature, you will find your calm really quickly. And it's a form of meditation, just being outside and being connected to, the design of God, being in the love of nature. It's amazing. And then tip number 3 is to do a ceremony. Tip number 4, to make a list of your dreams and desires. And tip number 5, hold your horses. I'm going to get right to that after our caller.
Here you go.
Casey, I am ready. Hi, this is Jeanne. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, it's Melissa from Indiana. How are you?
Good. How are you, Melissa?
Oh, I've been better.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm going to get into it, but pretty much every day something terrible happens, or I find out something terrible, and I just feel really, really defeated. I lost my job. So now, I don't want to cry, but basically I just wanted to know if the angels have any messages. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm everywhere. So much to deal with, and I don't know how, and looking for a job and just everything. So I was wondering if the angels had any messages for me.
So, Melissa, I feel like there's this whole new energy that needs to come in, and it's like a restorative new. So what they're showing me is like it's a flush out of everything old and that was not serving you. And I do feel like this is in a big way. It's almost like your life doesn't even resemble itself anymore. If that makes sense.
Oh, completely.
So I almost want to say, like, don't stress. I want to tell you, like, go with the flow of this, because it feels like the new change is great. But I'm feeling like there's a substance for you on board. Do you understand that? Are you? And when they show me substance, it's usually some form of, like, either drinking or drugs.
Yes, I've been drinking tequila almost every night.
Yeah. So
for the past,
substance. Right. And so that is aiding in the self-loathing, the bad choices. It's like it's aiding in the wrong stuff. It's not what's serving you. So even though it feels like everything's bad, it actually, like, all this purging of the old is to get you in a healthier state of being so that the new and better fulfillment can come to you. And you were out of a relationship, right?
Yeah, I kicked my husband out 2 months ago, and we're going through a divorce.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
I want to file. We just can't. I can't afford it at the moment. So I filed for like free legal aid and stuff, but I'm just waiting on that.
Yeah, and I'm not even feeling. I feel like he's out, and that's great. But it's the bad behaviors that you've kind of taken on that you have to purge yourself of. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So I'm not pointing any fingers or pointing, like blaming all of him, because you have to take responsibility where you have to take responsibility. But gently, they're saying, like, it's time to be gentle. I do feel like there is like this, you have to get back to prayer, but I feel like you need a little like help, a little support. And I don't know if that would be through make like an AA or a church group, something that would support you in making the better decisions of like cleaning up your life and being in that more of a prayerful type of state. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've been seeing a really good therapist. I really, really like, and she, even though I'm a mess, she's helped me so much, so much.
And maybe she can offer, maybe there's a group that she knows of, because a lot of times therapists will even run their own type of support groups, which is really lovely. And I just literally talked about this, about like being accountable and having like a partner to say like, hey, I've got your back. Let's talk this out, to help you stay in that higher vibration. And that's what I feel like it would be so helpful for you. And writing, like, you also have to like get all this crap out of you, because there's like so much complexity to what happened. And I do feel like there was a lot of emotional abuse for you. So yeah, it's like getting it all out, so it's not in the body anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I would look up for like a Reiki practitioner, a God-based one, to do some energy healing, to get those chakras, to get your body back in a nice alignment. That too will really help you to, move away from the substance, so you can be more in the love. Then right then and there, when you make that decision, that's when the good job will come. That's when everything will start to turn around.
Okay, I must have filled out 100 different applications in the last 48 hours, and I'm not sure. I'm trying different parts of nursing, maybe even a flight attendant. I just don't know which direction to go. I'm so confused, so lost.
I feel like it's not going to come and be nice and clear and be what you need it to be, like, and be a high vibration until you take those steps. And I feel like once you make that decision, it's like this conscious decision. I'm going to be healthy and clean. And then it's going to make all the adjustments for you, and the perfect job, and everything else will line up. But until then, I feel like you're just going to be like running and being like, taking anything, and it's going to be out of desperation and out of, instead of out of love.
Okay.
And serving you. And I get the need for money, but I also feel like you have some help right now, so it's also like get the help while you can.
Okay. So
okay,
I'm just so scared that the in between time. But that's weird, because I actually ran after my therapy session today to Earth Fair and got a bunch of chakra candles and incense. So it's really weird that you said that, because I got all of them, and I was like, I'm going to start meditating tonight.
Because it's calling to you, and that's what the angels are showing. Like, it's just, and our chakras are not just nothing. These are the energy centers that connect us to the divine, and where we're connected to the divine, everything begins to make sense. But it's the separation and the emotional stuff that you have going on that's clogging all of them. So when you're doing those meditations, just have that intent that you're ready to release. We're not going to hold any of that pain hostage. Any of the things that he's done, we're going to let them all go. And you're going to let him go with prayer and compassion and even forgiveness. Because that's what's going to set you free. That's what's going to be like the best thing for you.
Yeah. Okay.
I know easier said than done, but I have complete faith because you're such a strong person. They're showing me like you're like so amazingly strong and resilient. Like this is going to be fine. You're going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to keep you. We're going to keep you in our prayers. So think of that one thing, like I said, the one thing you can take action out today and just do it. One step at a time. You've got this.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
All right. God bless, honey. Have a good night.
All right. Thanks. You too.
And so that's so beautiful and right on tap. What the angels were showing for us tonight is when that going gets tough, it seems like that desperation and those moves to make them quickly, that we miss our healing. It's time to go slow. It's time to change up those things that don't serve us and to have the support system. So guys, use the Angels Don't Lie group. Let's help each other. Let's be that support for each other. I think it's so important. So that's the tip number 5. When the going gets tough, you can change your normal reaction. You can say a prayer. You can reach out for help. So when the going gets tough, you're not alone. You don't have to fight your fight all by yourself. I think that's life-changing right there, right?
We do have a good support group, and the Angels Don't Lie. If you put a question out there, people will be willing to help and
they
comfort.
Really are. Which I absolutely adore. I
think it'd be great for Melissa to start with the list and do the little and burn it up.
Right, the forgiveness, letting go of the stories, whatever is not serving her or whatever happened. I mean, when you go through emotional abuse like that or in a relationship that's so toxic, it does take 2 people, but you have to get that out of you because otherwise you keep replaying and you keep replaying, you keep replaying. And it's very toxic. So it takes some time, but it definitely can be done. So the wellness tip tonight, it goes right along with what we're going to talk about. Goes right along with the self-love. The wellness tip is walking. And why walking? Well, because we talked a little bit about that meditation and going outside. And what the angels were showing me, like these 2, self-love and taking a walk, they really go hand in hand. Because when we are outside, when we're able to walk and get the fresh air, it is the same as meditation because we get out of our head and we actually get in our body. We can actually resolve our problems because we can clear think while we're walking. And so we can also change our emotional well-being. We can raise our vibration by walking. Then we talk about the health benefits of going for a nice walk. We can start to lower our blood pressure. We can lose weight. I mean, Casey, this would be great because you were talking about that earlier, going for a nice walk. When you get home from work, you can ward off many types of diseases. It helps with cardiovascular health, and it's just an overall easy thing to do, and it's free. Costs you nothing. You can walk barefoot if you need to. You don't need fancy clothes, fancy shoes, or anything.
I read an article about the walking barefoot, how therapeutic that is connecting you to the earth.
Yeah, well, I am always walking barefoot, and I like to do my readings barefoot. It really is a grounding thing for me because I can fly off, and when I need to be doing my work, I have to ground it. And barefoot is really, it's like I feel that connection. It's great. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now, I come home with a host of reasons to not walk because KJ wants to walk when I get home, but I'm tired, or I say I have to work, or I got to do this, so I make up a bunch of excuses. So maybe it's time to put those down.
It does, because we can change our reactions, and that was, that's part of that tip number 5. Like, when that going gets tough, you have the choice to change. You have the choice to change your reaction, your opinion. You have the choice. So nobody's stopping you.
Except
it's
yourself.
Only you.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, there you are. Sometimes that's hard, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, because we could be our best friend and we could be our worst enemy. So that's why the self-love and getting into that respect and taking care of ourselves is part of that. If we don't take care of ourselves, who will? You think anybody else is going to, make sure that you're eating right? Well, yeah, your wife might take care of you to some extent, but that doesn't mean you're not going to drive by McDonald's and go in there. Casey.
I know. It's funny because I have pretty much cut McDonald's out. I used to eat a lot of McDonald's. And for some reason, I had an urge, and I stopped there the other day. And I felt so bad the whole day, like I had the worst indigestion and heartburn, like most of the day after eating that food. And I hadn't eaten it for months. But it calls to you sometimes. But I don't know why I broke down, because normally I've been telling myself how much better I feel not eating it. But I don't know what, I had a little breakdown.
Well, I mean, if you do end up going there, you have to not talk crap to yourself too. You have to be like, all right, I just needed to learn another lesson on another level. I needed to go here. I needed to not feel well so I could say it doesn't serve me. I needed proof. And so you're kind to yourself, and then you give yourself, okay, now I'm going to do better.
Exactly.
Or now now I know I'm going to avoid. So that's the goal here, not to beat ourselves up and talk more smack to ourselves.
Right.
Yeah. There you have it. Well, I just did the whole show in a half hour, so what do you have?
Well, I've been really wanting to do Lena's meditation and aromatherapy. Because right in here it says all you have to do is lie down and listen. And I can do that. But I don't think I'm going to get started on this next session because I'm going to be out of town the 6th. But definitely her next session for that, I'm going to do it because, she has one starting on October 18th. That's the one I'm going to be in. So I'm looking forward to trying that too.
That'd be great. I mean, I think it's a great... a great relaxing, and I love the aromatherapy aspects of what Lena does. So I think it'd be great if you can get to it.
Well, tell me a little bit about your manifest and visualize workshop.
Well, I really can't, because it's like a really complex thing.
Right.
Like I can't just rattle it off.
Well, I mean, I'm just like, how long is it going to be, and something of that nature. A little insight as to what. It's September 13th at 5:30.
Yep. We're going to break down what it means to actually manifest, and how to do it the proper way, and how to use the visualizing tools in order to connect. We're going to connect higher. We're going to do that meditation where we go up to the heavens, and we're going to visualize. We're going to do this sense meditation as well at the same time. It's really quite intense. So we'll learn how to use the senses to decipher the information. So it's almost, it's actually like a twofold class. So it's not only going to work on manifesting, but it's also going to teach you at the same time to connect to source and to channel that love. And really like work with your highest soul self. So it's a really powerful class. And so we'll hold another session of it. So we'll do like the first class, see how it goes, and then we'll do some follow-up classes to go along with it. And Lena and I are working on a new program as well, and we're hoping to start it in October, we said. But it's going to be a series that we're going to run it throughout the year, and it's going to be about the empath, and whether you're a parent of a child is a sensitive soul or an empath, or you are living as an empath. So it'll be for 16 and above. That's the ages we're going to go with. And we're going to break it down into into series. So we'll meet. I think we said we'll do once a week for 4 weeks. Then we'll take a break, take a month off, and then we'll meet again. So it's going to be like 4 times a year, I think it is, and it'll take you all through like how to manage your life, how to handle it, what are the technical terms you need to do, and especially for our parents who have children that are sensitive souls that are struggling in school. And because Lena and I have both dealt with teenage girls, suicidal, on the spectrum of being brilliant but stuck in their energies of being manipulating and not knowing who they are, not understanding the energy, and that's when they end up wanting to hurt themselves. And really, so we're really passionate about bringing this series to life, because as we found, we've had mothers both come to us, parents coming to us, like asking for help. How do I help my kid? How do I get them better? We've also had adults, come to us that are drained and they've given their power back and they're sensitive and they don't know how to get out of it. So we want to be able to make this program be really incredible for them, for you guys. That's what we're hoping for. Anyways, that's what that is about. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely, yes. Amazing.
Yeah. So many like projects and things happening, and things in the works. We also have Soulful Saturday in November. We have a great lineup of what we're going to do for that day, and that we're going to take you on a whole journey as well. That's going to be like, we're going to break down the pain, and we're going to take you all the way through each of the steps of recognizing, decoding, and then healing, and it's going to be a transformative day. So it's going to be like almost like a mini retreat, and we're going to have workshops that are going to surround that. So we're pretty excited this Soulful Saturday, and this will be our third, which we're excited about as well, because the other 2 were so successful. So this next one we're hoping is going to even like upscale. And last week I did ask everybody to send some prayers to my friend Sue and to her mother, and I'm going to ask you the same thing. Her mom is under hospice care, and there's so much emotions that go around when your loved one is transitioning and has all these health needs, and you don't take care of yourself. So sending love and support for Sue as she tries to hold herself together, and to her mother as well as she is making her journey. So she actually reached out on Facebook, asking for blue fairies as well. I had painted her a picture of a blue fairy to, because her mother had shared this whole story about the blue fairy had come to her as a child because she had been battling illness as a child, back and forth. And so she was in bed at one time, and this blue fairy appeared to her, and she knew she was going to be okay. So we talked about this blue fairy, and I was so touched by it, and I said, you should paint this, because she is an artist and she can do that. But she's been too weak and not able to, and as it turns out, obviously she's not doing well, so she didn't get up enough strength. So one day when I was at the studio, I was like, I'm going to paint this for Cora. And so she was like, please, anybody with blueberries, send them along, because it's just a reminder of that love for her mom, that everything is going to be okay. And I think that as a loved one holding the pieces together, we also search for that hope of everything's going to be okay. So lots of love and prayers to my friend Sue.
We have a caller when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go.
Hi, this is Jeannie. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, you're speaking with Cassandra.
Hi, how are you, honey?
Hi, I'm doing good. I'm in person with you. I just heard your story. It was really touching.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if there's any messages from my aunt. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk to her because I had a birthday and I just wanted to feel her love.
I know, sweetie. You feel like you're so sad again. Tell me what's going on.
No, it's just like I always feel lonely, and I feel like I'm trying really hard.
I know.
That's it.
So, your aunt had the cancer, correct?
Yeah.
And she's like making me feel like, first off, there's so much love around you, and even though you feel like you're all alone here on this planet, she's making me feel like you walk alone, like nobody understands you. She said there really is love all around you, but I feel like I don't know why she keeps showing me cactus. Do you understand the cactus?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay. It's kind of what she's making me feel like is like it's you feel trapped in all these cactuses, and so I feel like it's like you can't get away from them without getting poked. That's what she's showing me, and I don't know the significance of that. But I do feel like brighter days are there for you. Do you suffer from depression? Because I'm feeling like she's taking me on these waves of highs and lows with you.
Yeah, it's like hard, and I feel like nobody understands just because my culture. I come from a Hispanic culture, and it's very like hard work oriented, and then they don't understand that when you go through these emotions. To them, it's like they don't understand the emotional side. It's always like the logical work side.
Right. And are you seeing a therapist?
No.
I would love if you could see a therapist. Is that possible for you?
No. No. But what's really helped me and made me really happy has been my dance class. Because the people there are so fun, and the instructor just I feel like so much love from the instructors. Like, they take care of me, and they know me, and I feel like that's been my outlet, and to the point that I think it's like my passion, and it's like the only thing that keeps me going.
Yeah. But I would love for you to be able to have someone to speak to, on a regular basis, just to work through, because I feel like you hold the pain of the childhood in so deep, that I love that you're expressing yourself with dancing, but if I could see that even more, I feel like you would feel so much better.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I just was it's getting, I don't know. I finally got a job in the place. It's just a little bit tough because of the drive.
What type of job are you doing?
I'm doing the pet grooming.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, I really like it. It's just right now it's just tough. Like you said, I'm young, and the drive is hard, and then I feel like the young years are hard.
Yeah. And are you still at home?
Yeah, I'm still at home.
Yeah. And have you done a cleansing of your room and a little putting some crystals out? Yeah, so let's do that next. Let's do a little clearing of your room, a little blessing ceremony for yourself, and keep your room as your sacred space, so you have the power to do little things that will have the biggest impact. So make your room as nice as you can. Okay. Find yourself. Even you don't have to get crystals. You can even use rocks from outside just to bring in that love energy, and call on the angels to bless the space. I think you'll feel more welcomed and nurtured that way. Because I feel like you feel like you have no power.
Yeah, it does feel like that, and I feel like scared in a way too, because I'm an only child, and then like I told you, my family situation's not the best, so it's not like I can go and visit somebody and talk to somebody about it. And then I feel like my parents are the only one I can talk to about it. It's hard. Right.
And didn't you didn't you tell me that you had a brother, or was it a cousin that you were talking with?
My cousin, but I call him my brother because we grew up really close.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
And he had problems with his mother, so we bonded over that, the mother relationship.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I'd love to see you do that. I'd love to see you do that clearing and blessing of your room, and I think that will make a total difference, Cassandra.
A difference? Okay, I will too. I just want to say
Good.
thank you and happy birthday to you too. I heard your live.
Thank
it was
you.
really nice.
And happy birthday. When was your birthday, sweetie?
It was the 15th.
Oh, happy birthday to you.
I was like, look at people and Leos.
Well, lots of love. You're getting all my love. I'm sending it to you. So I want you to wrap yourself up in that. And I love when you call in. I love hearing your voice. So I'm gonna send you. You're welcome, sweetie. You hang in there. You're doing everything right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sweetie. Take care.
All right, goodbye.
Bye. So my heart goes out for Cassandra, being a sensitive soul the way she is, and not feeling essentially safe in her own space or in her own body. So lots of love to our Cassandra.
Well, I think
And
she's
our
always
prayers
smiling
matters.
when she gets done with our call. So
Say that again.
I think she's usually smiling a little bit when she gets off the call. So I think it's a big help when she
Yeah.
gets to call in and talk to you.
And I think it's so good that remember that our prayers have merit and volume. So when we send that love out to her, she'll receive it and she won't feel so lonely. Because remember, we all just want to be loved. So we have to be open to receiving it too. But sometimes we push it away. Not on purpose, but we end up, playing that same story. Like, I'm unlovable.
So we have another caller.
Casey, are you? Okay, great.
All right, here we go.
Hi, this is Jeanne. Who am I speaking with?
Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from?
Indiana.
Thank you. How can I help you tonight?
I am due September 8th with my second child, and I was just seeing if there are any messages. I'm just kind of stuck in a silly situation where I don't want to be induced, but I don't know if I should just wait naturally or go ahead and get induced. I just seeing if there's any messages to lead me in a direction that is comfortable for my body.
As soon as you said that you said you're. I want to tell you that as soon as I heard September 8th, I get this huge smile going across my face. It's going to be such a beautiful, welcoming event, and I feel like there is no right or wrong decision. What the angels say, I feel like you're overthinking, but they say you have OCD. They say that you have OCD and you're an overplanner.
Yeah, I like to be comfortable with my decisions.
Yes, and so again, there's no right or wrong with every decision. I do feel like everything is going to be just fine and as it's supposed to. If you choose not to be induced, it's going to be okay.
Okay.
Are they going to induce you before the 8th? Is that what the plan is?
Yeah, my doctor suggested the 1st, which is Labor Day.
Yeah.
Going into Labor Day, which I'm leaning towards because I'm get this baby out. So I'm just being, I just wanted to be safe, make sure everything's healthy for me and the baby, and I don't know, just seeing if there's any messages.
I feel like everything is, I get that smile again, everything is great, and I feel like you're going to be fine. So just relax and breathe, because that's the biggest part about the end of pregnancy is that it's so stressful and we're so tired and exhausted. Mm-hmm. But this is the blessing. This is what you've worked for. This is your, okay, it's my moment. So
yeah, it's like the anticipation that's built up, and then just everything. Yeah. It's a huge change. So I don't know. I just didn't know if I was ready or not. So that's why I was looking for more of a message, if anything was there.
I don't feel like it's either way, honestly, this is what they're showing me. Like, you could do it and you'll be fine. Like, you can have the baby, but I feel like the baby will come on its own as well. So if you choose that you don't want to be induced and you want to wait for natural, that's okay too. There's no harm either way. Is it because the doctor's going to, is it, I'm feeling like, is the doctor traveling? Is that what's going on?
He's just trying to work around his own personal family life, it seems. He's under divorce and he has his kids on like certain days. So I think that's kind of why he's trying to push the scheduling.
Yeah, so like if it's not comfortable for you, then you need to just say, that's not comfortable. I'm just going to wait it out. I feel like that's fine too. Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, no, that's fine. I can have the baby.
I know. That's what I'm feeling. Like, it really is okay. The baby's going to come, I feel like, by the 8th anyways. So, yeah.
Okay.
And either way, everything feels good.
Good. Is there any other messages, like, off that topic or anything? I know that my mother-in-law is having some personal issues, and so I was just seeing if there was anything else that I need to know.
Well, first they want me to say congratulations as well. So, your mother-in-law, as you said, is having some personal issues?
Yeah, she's really missing her husband that passed away, so I was just seeing if I could relay a message if anything's coming through.
Sure. So, is also there like a little health stuff with your mother-in-law too? Because I feel like all the stress.
Well, she like works up really hard. She's really hard on herself, and so I could say that she's stressed.
Yeah, I
over
feel
the
like
top.
Yep, that's what I feel like. High anxiety, lots of stress.
Yes.
I feel like if she could breathe, she would feel better. You have like a grandmother figure coming forward. Do you understand that? That's who's been on the other side showing me everything was going to be fine.
Maybe. I have a grandmother and a grandma that passed away, so maybe.
Yep, because that's what I'm feeling all around that. Like, everything's going to be fine. They're showing me everything, like, and the smile on her face is ridiculous, like how excited they are for you. So, and your father-in-law has been gone just a couple of years? Is it 24 months?
Yeah, about 2 years. She's called into your show before.
Okay.
So I'm just worried about her.
Yeah, he gives me like the thumbs up, like he's okay, like I'm okay, and I do feel like he just shows me there's a lot of drama around her, where it's not necessarily that I'm getting a health concern. It's like there's too much drama. She works herself up. I would love to see her. I'd love to see her get into a yoga class or being still in meditation. I mean, that would be the best thing for her. Yeah, I don't know if she could get her to go.
She can't stay still. Like, she has to go. And I think it's just, I don't know how to calm her down or how to make her feel better. You know, even after calling into their show, she still just gets stressed over every decision because her husband made, you know, all the decisions. So she just doesn't know, especially with her house.
Oh, yes, I'm remembering. So,
yeah,
honestly, the best thing I could tell is, like, really try to get her to go for a walk. Encourage her to get to yoga or a meditation class. Encourage her to maybe go for a Reiki healing session, because the more calm she is, the better she's going to start to feel. And the more easeful those decisions make, you know, they're not going to go anywhere. Meaning the decisions, they're going to loom over her and make her feel anxious. So anxiety is when we live too far in the future. We're not able to make decisions and we worry. So they say just be in the moment. So that's what we have to get her to do so she can understand that it's okay.
Is there anything that I can do to help her, do you think? Or
I feel like just that constant encouragement, and that's what he shows me too. But really, it's ultimately her decision to make that change. But the more you guys do the change, and the more you're doing those things, the easier it will be for her. But she very much, he also says she very much is in that victim, you know, like, because she's in so much pain and in so much grief.
I know that she's going to start seeing a group, so hopefully that helps. You know.
Yes. Well, good luck. Best of luck.
Thank you. All
Very exciting. All right. Thanks so much for calling in. God bless, honey.
right, have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. Well, it was a beautiful night. And again, more confirmations about having a group, having accountability, having someone to talk to when you're working through whatever it is that you have going on, whether it's grief, whether you're feeling lonely, whether you're healing, an illness. So the more support you can have, the better. Again, it's not about staying in your story, but being able to bounce off your ideas and being able to get them out of you so you can heal. All right, my loves. You know I know what I know, because angels don't lie. I'll see you next week right here on KBJB Radio. I'm Jeannie Street, and I am out of here.
She smiled.